Hey there, everybody! It's Miss Remington again, playing Magical Diary, and picking right back up after a huge episode of what the hell was even last episode. I did a huge mess up, and I'm trying to do anything to get my queued up, because why not, right? So, here we go. On Monday morning, I find a folded note with my name on it slipped under the door. It's from Professor Graviner requesting that I meet him after class, requesting blah blah blah. What should I do this week? I also have these up a little bit, so I should do green, black, white, study, swole. Yeah. Yay! Graviner. Ah, miss. As treasurer, you are responsible for managing the freshman class tribute. Tribute, sir? The payments American wizards make to the tribal councils for the use of their land. Oh. He chuckles. Petunia, in her wisdom, does not consider it necessary for first-year students to cover magical history. That's probably because she enjoys people being confused. Indeed, you may find that much of what that woman does is an act designed for similar purposes. Now for the Thanksgiving tribute. The funds come through two sources: ticket sales from the fall play and candle sales at the shopping center, where the school rents a kiosk. The purpose is to obtain money from the outsiders, the non-magical given willingly. Candles? Colored and scented to provide festive cheer. Each class produces their own design. How well it sells depends on your skills. Try not to embarrass yourself. Right. What should I suggest then? I don't know. Pink. Peppermint. I think we should do pink peppermint scented tea lights. Very well. The candles will be produced over the next 3 weeks and sold on the 23rd. You will likely be expected to perform a sales shift that day. Unless you manage to get yourself into detention. I'll try to avoid that, sir. Yay! Why didn't that raise my queue? It should have... Whatever. I'm not cheating. What are you talking about? Yay! I'm doing so good! I'm doing so good this week! Oh, hi. Hello, Remington. Did you enjoy your dinner? I suppose it was alright. Really? Feel like you're chilly on the bland side. I thought so. There are many secrets here you probably haven't found yet, such as the best place to get a good meal. Would you like to come to dinner with me tomorrow off campus? At the mall food court? He chuckles. Near the mall, but not quite part of it. It's called the Glen, and it's magic only. The professors go there when they're too tired to travel, and visiting parents who want to take their student children somewhere nice. Student children? I thought parents weren't allowed to visit. Non-magical parents aren't supposed to visit. Oh. So, would you like to go? Alright, sounds like fun. Great! Was that... Should I have said it was asked if it was a date? He tilts his head in farewell and then walks away. I don't know if I should have asked if it was a date or not. Whatever. I don't want to come off as too forward, even though I'm feeling very forward. On Saturday morning, I get up terribly early and I hand Ellen her letter when I return. Oh, it's from my family. Ellen carefully works her finger under the sealed envelope flap, opening it with a minimum of tearing, then unfolds the letter and begins to read. What? She drops back onto her bed with a thud and stares at the paper in her hands. What is it? It's nothing. Just a change of plans. Apparently I'm not going home for Thanksgiving. What? Because it's a long way for such a short break, so it's better for me to stay here. Is that what you want? That doesn't matter. Really, it doesn't. It's not my decision. I can't go home on my own. They don't want me there. Well, we want you here, don't we, Remington? Yeah. Come on, we should all do something together today. I can't. I promised someone I'd meet them at the mall today. I have to go. Someone? Whatever. Damien. You... What? You ditch Ellen to go on a date with a demon? Virginia, it's okay. I'm okay. I don't need her to stay. He's a monster. You don't even know him. He treated you like dirt, like he always does. It's because people like you that he has trouble trusting anyone. Please stop yelling. Don't tell me you want her to go out with him. It's not a date. He just wanted to show me a magical restaurant, to be nice. He's taking you to the Glen and you don't think it's a date? Hello, he's evil. He's a jerk and a cheater and you shouldn't go anywhere near him. Why are other girls so stupid about boys? You can't tell someone who they're allowed to be friends with. Fine, whatever. Go on then, shoo. I guess I'd better go. Fuck it. I didn't see Damien in the shuttle van on the way over. I'm not sure if he's here somewhere already or if he isn't coming until later. Since we're supposed to be having dinner, we won't be meeting for a couple of hours, so he has plenty of time. I've never seen him here, actually. I don't see absolutely everyone in the mall, of course, but he's sort of hard to miss. But can he go to a place like this looking like he does? He said when he went to the Apple Festival he had to disguise himself. If he's wearing an illusion, he could be right here and I'd never know it. He could be anyone, a little boy, an old man, or a woman in a suit. Except I don't think so. Looking at the people around me, somehow I'm sure that none of them could be Damien. Even under an illusion, he would never slouch or shuffle like some ordinary teenager. He's a falcon to the core that grace would always shine through. So if he's not here, what should I do while I wait? I wander in and out of various stores. It's not a very big mall, but there are books, clothes, music, and toys, so I keep myself entertained for a few hours. Stress decreases, but at the arranged time, I wait near the main entrance for Damien. And there he is, and looking just like he always does. None of the non-magical shoppers seem to notice. Well, Halloween was only last week. Hello, Remington. Are you ready? Where are we going? You'll see. It's not far, just across the parking lot. I don't see any restaurant there. It's hidden, of course. The easiest way to find it is to go with someone who's been before. Shall we? He offers me his arm, and with minor hesitation, I lay my hand on it. It's slightly embarrassing for a friendly outing, but I do need him to guide me. Stop! It's a date! And so together we leave the mall. When we reach the restaurant, I stop and stare. Not quite what you were expecting? It looks so normal. After passing the invisibility barriers, I was ready for anything, but this place could be any number of restaurants I've eaten at with my parents. The only obvious difference is the customers. Damien isn't the only one here with wings. There's a little figure at one of the tables who looks like a cross between a bird and a goblin. And across the way, I see Jacob sitting with two older men, one of whose hair is apparently on fire. It's simpler to rely on standard suppliers and build something in keeping with the world. They save their energy for the food. In the other world, there are no limits. You can eat off floating platters in a crystal palace. What is the other world? No one has told you about that yet? Think of it like fairyland. It's another world next to this one where magic runs more strongly. It is wonderful, but it has its dangers. That's where magical creatures come from. Elves, dragons, all sorts of myths and legends. All the sources of myth. And you? We should talk about that later. Sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. No, I want to tell you, but I think we should order first. We sit at a booth, and I look around for a menu without seeing one. Then Damien takes a narrow cylinder from a vase on the center of the table, unrolls it, and hands it to me, a scroll. I look over the listings, but I have no idea what most of them are. They're not even all in the same language as far as I can tell. Would you like me to order for you? When the waiter comes, Damien rattles off a string of syllables that I can't understand, then smiles at me. A few minutes later, the appetizers arrive. Damien has a set of tiny eggs inside a nest of leaves, and I have a thin, pale brown tube filled with cream, like some sort of jelly roll. That almost sounds like a cannoli to me. Oh. And a muisson. Take a bite, a small one. I nibble at the end. It tastes like an ordinary cake. Is it normal for witches to have dessert first? Take another bite. I nibble again and my eyes go wide. It tastes like biting into a packet of sweet and sour sauce. Keep going. Another bite, but this one I nearly spit out. Vinegar! I struggle to swallow, and if you didn't like that one, don't laugh. So I screw my face up a bit, hold back the giggle, and ask, why not? The idea is to amuse the mouth. The flavor will keep shifting until you laugh, then it stays that way. How magical! I don't want to miss out on the effect, so I keep a straight face while I finish my amouison. A waitress comes by to clear the appetizer plates, and we wait for the main course. So, I suppose it's time. Time? To tell you about where I come from. Please, promise me you won't repeat this story to anyone else. I promise. It's not easy to talk about. You don't have to if you really don't want to. No, I know you. Being who you are, I don't believe you'll judge me the same way. You don't have the same expectations because you weren't born into magic. Neither was I. What? But you're not human, but my parents are. Huh? I'm a changeling. You were swapped as a baby? As far as I know, I don't exactly remember. But, you're blue. I think they'd sort of notice. I didn't look like this until later. I grew up always believing that there was something wrong with me, that the face I saw in the mirror wasn't right, but I didn't know why. Oh, I imagined all sort of things. Perhaps my parents weren't my parents. Perhaps I was a lost prince and someday my real family would come and take me away and save me. I think every unhappy child imagines that. He sighs and brushes stray crumbs off the table, not meeting my eyes. Did they come? Your birth family? No, I've never seen them. I wish they had. Even if one's a demon, they couldn't be... Well, when I turned 13, I saw my true face for the first time. I was terrified. I had to learn to hide it and pretend to be normal, even though I knew it was all a lie. It was quite a shock when I came to Iris and everyone started demanding to know my bloodline. I couldn't tell them and I didn't want to explain. Why would they even ask? That's rude. You see, that's why I could tell you this, because it doesn't matter to you. They want to know who I'm related to, so they know my status. There aren't that many all-magical families, and they're very proud of who they are. And when I couldn't answer their questions, because I wouldn't answer the questions because I couldn't, that made them think I had something to hide. Especially William. His eyes flick back and forth, and suddenly he leans back in his seat and smiles. Before I can ask why, the waiter arrives to bring the main course. Bon appetit. The food is good, but my mind is too full of questions to really pay attention. There's obviously a lot more to the story, but for someone who has trouble trusting others, he's probably told me more than he wants to already. I don't want to push him by asking for more. At last, he looks up from his plate. Did you know that William was originally a falcon? What? We were hallmates at first, freshman year. He said he barely knew you because you were on a different hall. He probably didn't want to spoil his image by telling you what happened. Being kicked out of Falcon Hall for starting a fist fight doesn't sound very cool, does it? A fight with you? He lets out a shallow sigh. He kept trying to break into my room. He followed me around, but I wouldn't tell him anything. No. Let's talk about something else. Right. Do you come here often? Oh, occasionally, but not for a while. It's much nicer when you have someone to share it with. You'll like the dessert. The dessert? There's only one? Well, it's possible to request an extra if you're greedy, but I don't think it would be good for you. The dessert plate is provided to everyone gratuit, even if it only came for coffee. No part of the magical tradition of hospitality. It's part of the magical tradition of hospitality. No guest should go without. That's nice. He settles back in his seat and looks at me. Have you ever considered wearing makeup? Something like that could really bring out the color of your eyes. I don't know. I'm a falcon. We like pretty things. Last year there was a senior at Butterfly Hall who wore a golden circlet with an enormous flower on each side of her head that changed colors as the day went by. You should have seen her. She was beautiful. Dark hair like a waterfall. I poke absently at my plate, then set my silverware down and allow the waiter to take it away. A few minutes later, the dessert plate arrives. Strawberries? Look more closely. I look again. They're shaped like strawberries, but their surfaces are smooth and seedless and slightly shiny like candy. Is that, marzipan? I've heard the word, but I don't really know what it means. No, it's better. They're blown sugar glass. Careful, they're fragile. Put one in your mouth and suck okay. Pick up a sugar berry and pop it in my mouth. For a moment, there's just a vague sweetness as the sugar melts on my tongue. Then all of a sudden, a burst of liquid flavor. Damien laughs at the surprise on my face. They're filled with strawberry juice. It's supposed to provide energy. Why doesn't the sugar dissolve? Magic! After finishing the strawberries, I do feel energized. We chat a bit more, and then Damien pays the bill, trying to hide the amount from my eyes, and then it's time to find a van back to campus. All throughout, he's been a perfect gentleman, a friend, and not a hint of anything more! What are you doing back here already? We'll find out what she's talking about next time on Magical Diary. That should have been a date. I'm so upset. Okay. See you guys later. Bye-bye.